Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, with a little bit of relief on this Tuesday in the Northeast, but the boundary zone is not all that far away. Before I go on, let me just remind everybody tonight the Joe and Joe Weather Show, which is usually at 7:30 Eastern Time, will be at 8:30 Eastern Time. So mark that down, and I'll be sending out notifications about it later today. In the meantime, yesterday's cold front is stalled out to our south, and there's this east-west boundary that's just not moving. So everything is moving. There's no northerly component to this, or very little northerly component, and very little southerly component. So the folks that are in that area of brighter white clouds, some areas getting absolutely clobbered with rainfall. St. Louis got clobbered overnight with 8-inch plus record rainfall, and it's still going on. The radars are quite busy to our west. But I just want to point out that we're on the edge of the clouds, and there are a few light showers that are showing up on the radar just off the south shore of Long Island and off the New Jersey coast, and then scattered back into parts of Delaware and Maryland. Then you start to get into some of this heavier rain. Now, none of this is headed into the Northeast. So good news if you want a rain-free existence, but it's so dry in so many places. It would have been nice if the frontal boundary had set up a little bit further to the north for a short period of time anyway, but that's not happening. In the meantime, from Virginia all the way back westward into Missouri, we're still seeing heavy downpours and some thunderstorms, and the green boxes are all flash flood warnings. There's still raining in the St. Louis area, by the way. There's multiple flash flood warnings up there. Also seeing, well, one just disappeared. One just ended in southern Illinois, but more than likely it may go up again. And we've got some flash flood warnings up in parts of eastern Kentucky and southern West Virginia. And all of that, you'll notice here, none of it's lifting northeastward or even east-northeastward. It's just sliding to the east. So it's going to mean for some hefty rainfalls going forward. The Storm Prediction Center has this narrow band of marginal risk of severe weather from southern Missouri across Tennessee into North Carolina, northernmost South Carolina, southern Kentucky, and the southern half of Virginia, and does not come with tornado risk. It's less than 2% in all areas, so it's really heavy rain that's going to be the big problem out of this, and some gusty winds. Tomorrow, the marginal risk line gets up to from Atlantic City to about just south of Harrisburg to south of Pittsburgh, and then runs across central Ohio, central Indiana, central Illinois, then just kind of arcs back around Missouri, and then goes back east across northern Arkansas to Tennessee and North Carolina. And then for day 3, which is Thursday into Friday, we have a small area of marginal risk being indicated in southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, northernmost Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia, southern Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Now, at east-west motion, you see how we get this prolonged area of risk, although again, it's not slight risk, it's all marginal risk. The WPC, I'm going to be using this instead now. This is a 7-day loop of rainfall, so this is 24 hours ending Wednesday morning. So this started at 7 a.m. Tuesday, so it goes to 7 a.m. Wednesday. And you can see the rainfall amounts of as much as 2 inches plus, in addition to what's already fallen, by the way, in that east-west band. The northernmost fringe touches southern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey. Then tomorrow into Thursday morning, as we start to transition into a warmer, more humid air mass, we'll probably get into some showers at some point, although they don't look all that impressive in terms of rainfall amounts. It's all very light. However, you're seeing larger amounts again of up to a couple of inches from West Virginia back into Kentucky and southern Indiana. That's for day 2. Day 3, it fires up again from southern Missouri into the lower Ohio and upper Tennessee Valley. Starts to shift a little bit further south on day 4 because we've got this front coming through at the end of the week that will move on through. So right now on day 4, we're looking at Friday night into Saturday night. This is Sunday into Monday. Again, it's the mid-Atlantic states, the lower Ohio and Tennessee Valley back west into Missouri, and that continues to run right into next Monday night before we finally start to see it decrease after that. So as far as our weather is concerned, from a practical basis here, we are going to get this brief humidity break going away tomorrow morning. We can already, that frontal boundary stays to our south, starts to come up as a warm front. So we're fighting clouds today. The further north you go, there's more sun, more clouds as you go south. For tomorrow, there could be a couple of showers in South Jersey overnight into tomorrow morning, down into Delaware. I think much of the day, though, for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England will be fine. And then maybe some showers Wednesday night into Thursday morning as that warm front goes by. There might be some scattered showers and storms late in the day on Thursday due to a weak trough going through. And that's going to be our day this week, by the way. We're going to see temperatures tomorrow middle to maybe even upper 80s. And then Thursday will be heat and humidity with highs reaching up into the lower 90s. Friday, we get an upper trough and cold front with some showers and thunderstorms late in the day. I'm not sold yet on the severe weather risk here. Doesn't look all that bullish with regards to severe weather, but as we get closer, we might see a little bit more of a sharper trough further south, and that might enhance the thunderstorm activity late in the day on Friday. That's going to be Friday's temperatures will be in the 80s. Then we're going to get into a nice dry air mass for Saturday and Sunday, and lingering maybe into Sunday night before we start to go into the back toward a very warm to hot and humid pattern during next week. Now, I mentioned yesterday on the Joe and Joe Weather Show, we talked about the possibility of the heat wave coming back next week. That is going to depend on whether we can get some kind of backdoor front. Will it or won't it come through? The GFS wants to hint at one around late Tuesday. It's not much of a front, though. It just basically falls apart on top of us, and then we go back into a west-southwest flow with heat and humidity, and not much in the way of thunderstorm activity. There's some scattered indications of maybe some scattered thunderstorms, say even for Tuesday night. They all fall apart with the backdoor front, and then maybe a better chance late in the week as another front tries to move on through. But I think it's all going to hinge on whether the GFS is correct on that idea. It loves to do that sometimes, where it throws in these backdoor cold fronts and upper troughs, and then when we get to reality, they're so weak that they really don't have any impact on the day-to-day weather. Quick look at the tropics. We've got actually a fair amount of Saharan dust out there in the Caribbean. You can see that sort of hazy look to the loop. That's all dust. Also, you're seeing it off the African coast, but north of the major development region. And we do have a tropical wave that's south of the Cabo Verde Islands that's producing a fair amount of showers and thunderstorms, but nothing organized at this point. And the Hurricane Center is not indicating anything to develop in the next 5 days. And we don't really see the weather models doing very much as far as tropical cyclone development is concerned for the next 5 to 7 days. Okay, Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time, 8:30. So we'll see you then.